Alright. That was just a generic buzz for me. That wasn't any work related stuff. Let's have a crack at this again. So... ability decay agenda. This seems pretty good. Aristocracy might not be so good, but ability decay is nice, and so is the agenda impact from an ability. This is great. We would love this. Sad it doesn't give any estate happiness, but this is great for us. We would love this. It does give them more power though, so we have to remember that too. I don't want to give them inherited offices because that's far too much. The more power we give them, the harder it will be to take back privileges as well, so it might be much later that we have to do this. And we can pick up noble patronage arts as well, that'd be okay. And primacy of an ability might be quite a bit, because overall I will have given them 200% power, which is a lot. Let's give them noble patronage arts, and it will take this. Okay. Republican tradition and the innovative. We could always bribe them, I guess. What else have we got? We've got the clergy. Let's have a look at the clergy. So we have maximum literacy for the clergy and progress to traditionalism. So traditionalism we really didn't want. So that's something we could consider removing. Because they don't have as much power, we can actually consider removing it. So these guys have 40% of power, for example. That'll probably all shuffle again soon, but monthly progress to communalism, which I also didn't want. I wanted individualism, but pop conversion speed, that's how quickly we convert their religion. So I'm not really worried about this either. Could remove that too. Efficiency of our cabinet is good. Because that's these here. That's these guys. How quickly they do things. And monthly progress to spiritualist, which are wanted humanists, so we'll consider this one as well. We'll have a look. Monthly progress to plutocracy. Fine. We like that. Trade capacity and burgers. There's this burgers trade capacity for monopoly. That we might swap. Building cost and monthly progress to plutocracy, we like those. What else are you giving? So we have progress to individualism, but we have maximum RGO size in towns and cities. Most of our country isn't technically towns and cities. We can probably get it elsewhere, so it's not the end of the world. Increased trade capacity and monthly progress to capital economy. That's not bad. We like that. Allow peasants and labourers to migrate. Okay. Ability satisfaction reduced and 3 subjects increased. Now 3 subjects we were looking to do later. That's okay. Peasants are allowed weapons. Oh. So presumably that's what the levies are. Peasant levy size is increased and the combat efficiency is good. Yeah, we want that. And they don't have much power. They don't. So this is fine. Labour as food consumption, maximum RGO in rural. That is not so good, but. And progress to 3 subjects. We like 3 subjects. Okay. What else can we give you? Don't want decentralized. At all. Certainly not that big. That's also decentralized. That's also decentralized. But nobility power reduction. Just despite the nobility, that might not be bad for a while. Clergy estate down, so I don't really want this at all. I don't want this because it's too big on decentralized. Rural migration attraction isn't great if we're going capital economy because we want people in the city, so this is no. Commoners and allies in the cabinet I wouldn't mind, but I don't want it decentralized. That gives me more options of people to pick from, presumably. Ability power reduction I wouldn't mind, but that's a massive decentralization hit. Peasant levy size reduction is bad. 3 subjects, not good for the loss of peasant size. Ability hate the more wild game output and 3 subject increase, that wouldn't be too bad. Production efficiency down and move towards traditional economy, that's bad. Raw materials output, bad. Commoners in parliament and 3 subjects. I don't think I mind this at all. Gives them more power, makes them like me more. We tax the commoners. Do tax the commoners. Tax commoners quite a bit. I wouldn't mind giving them more stuff to make them happier. Tax them more. Like, this is not bad. Ability estate not liking me as much isn't. I'll think about the rest of it. So, market attraction. Market attraction, I think, is how much people would be looking to join our market. So that's how much you can pull people in, and market protection is apparently how defensive you are about your market. Have gold, silver, and minting thresholds, control over the coinage. That might not be bad, but we don't have a large amount of gold or silver with minting. This might not be too bad because we do a decent amount of minting. Doing more minting wouldn't be too bad. Move to plutocracy. Plutocracy, trade, and ability hated though. Satisfaction decay. Be too bad, and we can tax that more. Like it more. That seems like a good one. Take that. We tax the burgers quite a bit as well. Can't actually tax them any more than we currently are. Innovative and capital economy. Production efficiency and capital economy, and they'll like us more. That's money in capital economy, individualism, innovative, bank interest, tax efficiency. Maximum tax of burgers goes down, but tax efficiency goes up overall. I don't know where to find development yet. Okay, so improving development increases a lot. So having development increase across the board every month for the rest of the game might not be so bad either, so let's do that. Why not? I still don't really have much. I need to let the game run for a tick, so we'll hold off on burgers. Make the Papal States like us more. Move towards centralizing and increase tolerance of the true faith, so people like each other in our own country more. They're the right religion. That might not be so bad. Again, every time we add one of these, the other estates don't like it, and we've not given anything to the nobles, so... Your equilibrium, I believe, will be okay. Make cultures quicker and less culture capacity. Don't want to go towards communalism. Diplomats conciliatory, doesn't matter so much. So this is your Curia controller action stuff. So how much it costs to do it, how much it costs to change a vote, and the influence is the currency used to spend on it. I don't think I really want anything else. Do I want to give these guys more power with anything? I think I've done everything I was going to, haven't I? Oh, let's do this as well. And they're not as grumpy with everything going on. We are integrating provinces, food, the market stuff we will leave automated, and we'll just try and fill in the gaps if it doesn't. Unprofitable buildings are unprofitable. I don't... Efficient minting, that might fix itself. The unhappy estates will hopefully fix themselves soon. And there's always possible diplomatic actions. This bar always feels very full. So... Income. You do not get income generally from the general populace directly. You have estates that collect it for you, and then that gets paid to you. Which is great fun. You have to keep your estates happy, and you can't tax the clergy. Yes, it's a tech or something. But you will get it from minting, so you can make money yourself, but that will cause inflation. we can make a lot of money very quickly, but this is a monthly increase of inflation, which we do not want to have. Monthly increase of inflation. I don't care about my diplomatic spending for the minute. We want to buy food. I want to boost our stability. Let's put a ducat into it. Gain stability and Republican tradition. That's fine. We've lost a lot of Republican tradition because we gave so many estate privileges. Building wise, so there are buildings that make money, there are buildings that do things. So if we were to build a spinning this is a spinners guild in Milano, we would make two ducats per tax. This tax is then split with the estates in that section, possibly the burghers. Oh, here you go. Tax base in Milano is split between the patricians, clergy, burghers, and commoners. So presumably it gets to them and then you tax them based on... Yeah, it's two base tax. It's not the amount of money you're going to make. This is increasing the amount of money these guys make, and then these guys are taxed for percentage. Hopefully we can figure out how to tax people more. They won't be so bad. In the meantime, setting up a spinners guild doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. We'll probably always try and have something constructing in Milano. If we can. We'll see. We'll make two of them. I think that's everything I can think of, and it has been an hour and 20 minutes and we have not hit unpause yet. Let's go. I'm gonna try and play this slowly, but this feels very slow to me when there's no war going on. Like now that we're doing hours, I want to be all the way here and just going by day, and then I'll pause when I want to. So we might slow it down when it comes to war. Okay, we have done a month tick now. We're making a lot more money because we are taxing people a lot more from the looks of it, or they're just making more money. I think we're taxing the patricians more. Equilibrium is still going up, so it's all good. Minting doubled as well. We lost the inefficient minting, or as much of it, I guess. We did start investing more money into stability and more into cost of the court, but I'm quite happy with a 7 ducat increase. Apparently. I don't know why it's going up. So, we get events all the time. Our values will be ticking towards, hopefully, the things we want them to. Still not ticking towards capital economy. We still have things pushing it towards traditional. We are moving more towards central now, though. Oh, that might be something I actually have to answer. I was wondering if it would show me the push towards decentralization, so what can I remove? Which is a bit weird, but it kind of doesn't. So, prosperity changes to 5% by 5%, and we change societal values 5 towards centralizing, and we're looking to centralize, so or we can go more towards decentralized and increase our patricians' estate satisfaction. and the political landscape of Italy, there is a situation where we either align with the Pope or the Holy Roman Empire in the struggle over Italy. So what does prosperity do? Increases character, life expectancy, and migration attraction, I guess. I wouldn't mind prosperity. It has automatically unpaused the game. Oh, and it gives us local monthly development growth and population growth. Okay. There's artwork and there's institutions, and we'll probably expand our RGOs as well because we need to make sure our market is using its trade to get sturdy grains in if we have upset population. Mostly the Patriots, but there is Piedmontese. They are upset, probably because they don't have their needs fulfilled. So we will see how that goes. We still didn't codify this law. I kind of like my income from minting. And that should increase our minting a bit as well, so we get more money in. I don't know what the hell is happening with our tax. Trade capacity. I have to look into marketplaces so that we can improve our trade capacity. Because that is going to be... that's going to be our main downfall, I think, is the trade capacity. So we could, for example, import sturdy grains. We don't have any trade capacity, but we could increase the balance. It would... they're currently worth this much in this market and may have no profit projected. Interesting. But it seems like a lot of markets don't have food. So, very interesting. Let me just check what message I just got. Discord message, we'll get back to it later. So now we have this situation, right? So we can either side with the Emperor or the Pope. Apparently we can leave the faction. I believe the new runner of this is no longer us. So we can either side with the Emperor or we can side with the Pope and see how that goes. Apparently I have unlocked an achievement, Rule of Law. I'm going to side with the Emperor. If we do nothing, we side with the Emperor anyway, I think. So, the Duchy of Arstosia has declared us a rival. This tiny place. Gonti family of Milan. We gain 10% estate satisfaction from the patricians that hate us, 20 stability, and 10 republican tradition. As long as we've remained factored under the Visconti city, no. So we can make them hate us, lose 20 stability now, and change our societal values towards towards centralization. Gain restored authority, which increases crown power, speed of integration, and cabinet seats. I mean, we've knocked our crown power back down again, but yeah. The 100 Years' War has started as well, so we'll have a look at that in a moment. So this means that this was a historical option, right? So I don't know. I don't think we need to centralize immediately. But we will want to remove the Visconti estates privileges, but we need a lot of stability, and we've given them more power, so I think we just stabilize the realm for now. So, the 100 Years' War is the war against England and France, and this will continue to fire over and over and over again. The English will fight the French. Over and over and over again. They're going to be locked in this for a while. Yeah, we can cut them. The League against Della Scala, which is the anti-Verona League. Should at least 2 of the following countries accept to join the front against Della Scala, war will break out. There is no option. We are going to war. Who is currently the Emperor? The Upper or Lower Bavaria? Upper Bavaria. Let's just offer them an alliance, why not? If they'll accept, I'll have a friend. Once war breaks out, I will slow down the game speed. They're in place. Okay, so Della Scala will fire. We gain the anti-this league, so we gain army morale and levy size. We will declare a cut down to size war. So we gain increased cost for conquering and subjugating, but we don't get antagonism apparently, so that's fine. But it's important. Milan is declaring for war now. Okay. So we're going to drop the game speed down. So this is for war. It is Milan, Florence, Venice, Ragusa. It's a lot versus just Verona. And I mean, hey, Bavaria, do you feel like joining too? I don't know why this is... Oh, we've promised land, so the top one isn't and the bottom one is, but there's no border of it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Bavaria won't join in, but they'll come to me defensively, I think. So we're going to go to our armies. We're going to raise all of our levies. And I believe they will raise all over the country. You cannot raise them in one place. I don't think you can raise them all in one place. Do we have a diplomacy map mode? So this is a war currently. Lots of flags and things in the way. Yeah. Oh, everyone's raising armies, so that's most of it. I'll show you what I mean by the CK3 system, but I think it works better than the CK3 system. It's a lot easier to control, I found. I'll merge everyone in Lodi. Already a fight breaking out. So, get these armies, merge them together. We can create new units, we can put a general in. So, generals are interesting because their admin abilities impact their siege ability and their logistics amount. The frontage of the correct section they'll turn up to. Diplomacy is the army's morale. Food consumption, initiative. Military is how good they will actually be in combat with discipline. So if you have 100 military person, they still might not be the best. They're really good at combat, but they won't be able to procure food, entice the troops to actually fight with morale, and they won't always put people in the right place because of the admin. So there is actually good reason to have all of these quite high. There's also traits as well to consider, so we have Bold Fighter for Army Initiative on our main guy, but he's not great at procuring food and giving the army morale. So Giovanni here is, in fact, probably one of the best we've got, if not the best. Reinforcement speed. Gives an extra percentage of discipline. We'll go with Captain Batius Senti. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Balance Unit. Okay? That splits all of my units evenly across every front. Because I don't want to mess with it. At all. I don't want to know. So we could go sit on these things with forts if we wanted to forever. Or we can go attack. So I am interested in potentially taking this land of Brescia and maybe subjugating Parma, maybe subjugating a couple of these as well. But we have to remember we're still integrating our entire fucking country for some reason. God knows why, but we are, so we have to bear that in mind too. Go sit on Brescia. So, where is it? Here you will see food capacity, and it says what the monthly consumption is, but you can see a green line coming from Cremona, which is a food source. So Cremona is supplying enough food so that there is no change. Now there's a lot of troops over here suddenly, and we will probably have to go join the fighting because they are getting beaten up. So you also need to talk to other countries and allow or disallow food access too. It might be we sit here and take these out before we do any fighting. It might be we go fight this army in a minute. What is the terrain of Brescia? It's flat land, so I don't mind the defensive bonus going to the enemy. They're going here. I want. It's flat land again. So here you can see they have... The enemy has a big... Yeah, the enemy has a big right flank and he's crushing our centre. So when we join, all of our units go into the reserve fund and then they're distributed to flanks. Now that we have a right flank, we're fighting the enemy's right flank. Units are distributing. Our left flank is winning. So any units that go over here and win this will hit their centre flank. And that will help crush the centre harder because we've effectively got extra flanking bonus hitting their troops. So now this will fall harder. Oh, that was my cabinet member that I was actually looking to potentially... Well, I'll take this guy then. Where'd we get to? So, this is average morale, don't forget, and each unit has its own morale, so this bar will go up and down as units join and leave the battle. And there we go. We took some pretty heavy casualties. But so did they. I don't think the casualties were ours. But we won the battle. They lost quite a bit. So we're going to march over here. Now, armies in this game are really, really dumb. I'm going to stand right next to them with my 10k stack, regain my morale, apparently lose levies to attrition, rebalance the units, which seem to unbalance them more, believe it or not, and march into here. So it tells me there's going to be combat, it tells me we have a stronger army, our army quality is better, our army morale is better, and the terrain is to my benefit as well. Our commander's a little worse, but he's better in military, so, and that's the fight that will happen. Oh, it's wetlands, so we're actually defending with a bonus. That's great. So you can see discipline of Padua is 9%, whereas the discipline of us is 3%. Morale is slightly better, our tactics is ever so slightly better, not much, but ever so slightly. So we're absolutely going to crush this army. We also have so many troops that you have to remember each unit is attacking. This can only attack one unit, as you can see it's highlighting the one there, but all of 4 of these are hitting this one unit, so it's 3,100 hitting 638 and they just start dropping like flies. There goes the centre. The centre didn't fully reinforce, but it was being hit at the time, and we're just inflicting so many more casualties because of it. If you can catch a smaller army where you are better quality, have better quality, you will win easily. If you catch armies where they have no morale, well, you're also going to do really, really well. And that's what we're going to try and do here, I guess. Because they just won't be able to fight as long. And they didn't even join the battle. That lot didn't even join the battle because they got scared off. And the same again. They're joining, but they see the enemy and run. Now our centre, all our flanks are just massacring their centre. And it wasn't even a contest. We lost 1,000 troops for our 100. No contest. Easy victory. Now if I let that regain itself, that might not go so well. So I might march after them. Looks like they're going to Brescia. So I lose some money, but I get a masterpiece for Milan Cathedral. Oh, You thinking this is Saxony? Oh, I think they've attached their army to me. We can gain stability, we can gain money or research progress. I will gain stability, thank you. Our army has picked up the morale and is probably going for... Oh, those are 90 ships, so it's not... Where is my army going? I don't really want to fight that army on its own. Here's wetlands, like we could probably fight it and win. Or we could just out-siege tick them. We have the winning war score so far, and we are winning siege ticks here. So, see. Yay. See, disease outbreaks. Siege tick times. So, it's a very similar system to EU4. Depends on your defensive. Apparently, the literacy of your soldiers. Army tradition offensive. Oh, we have influenza apparently, but yeah, it's dice roll based still. The time taken is based on all of the other stuff here. On decreases, you roll a dice every time it rolls around. It accrues points if you roll well, but the fort level will decrease your dice roll total, and if it rolls over a certain amount, you win the siege. So the chance of falling is not going to happen yet, but siege takes 26 days. You'll get around to it. They've gotten this to minus 49, so they've had some slightly better rolls than I have. But they'll still probably lose the siege of Parma before when. But you can see I'm not taking any attrition set up high either. We'll give Mantua food access, yes. As we are in the same war. Seems we're doing slightly better on the siege ticks now. And Mantua and Parma might... Oh no. Lucca's already being taken out by Florence. And once that falls, about 10k is coming up this way. There's nothing else down here. So... it's going to push this way, and if we take out Brescia, well, that leaves not much left. So you don't really need to lose troops in combat so much anymore. I just needed to defend the other armies from collapsing. Oh, they got a really good siege tick of some description. No roll of 14. Good AI. As always. So... yeah. But once these start falling, the troops are going to head up that way and start fighting again. But you don't need to lose troops to attrition anymore. You don't need to lose some sieging things. So you could leave them in an area and just siege down the enemy and kind of slowly push them back instead of having all these fights all the time. So it's something to consider. I mean, there's some we have lost strength in, and it's not going well, cannot reinforce unless it's territory and not in combat. So we might move these troops back into Cremona once this is done. We've won Parma, so Parma is changing the control of these two tiles. Either profit or gain cultural influence and tradition. More towards innovative, starts constructing an art school building. Which that wouldn't be bad. I'll take this, why not? They've gone over here to Verona. Are you at 11? You are, so you just have 1/4-ish chance of losing every time. So what we can do is we can promote to head of cabinet as well. We lose some Republican tradition. But as long as they're working in the cabinet, we gain the head of... they gain crown head of cabinet until the end, which gives us more crown power, legitimacy, and such. Which one of you is younger? So I will promote you to the head of the cabinet then. Was not our army leader, which is good. Our crown power is still diminished, but it's not doing too bad, all things considered. The ability is back to normality. The clergy getting there. No one cares. They don't pay tax. Yeah, we're still doing pretty well with our army and ports up. Still doing decent-ish money. God damn it, another message through. Check that in a minute. So we have won the siege of Brescia. With Verona being sieged, if I go siege Venetia and Treviso, don't know if they will be flipped or not. Oh, they've flipped control to me. That's really good. Because I might actually subjugate them. And I didn't know how that was going to go if they owned it. That many more troops will hurt us if we try and fight it, so let's not. Doesn't look like the fort of Padova is going to do anything. It is flat land as well, so we could sit on it. Okay, we got organized religions. Lucca has fallen to Florence. And we'll flip the other two in time as well. Gained control over here too. Fresco is under our control. Let's go move to Cremona quickly. If this falls, so be it, I think, for a minute. If we finish the sieges here, that'll be great. We can take our time with it. It's not the end of the world. We do have 96% war score, actually. So, sue for peace. They flip. Yep, they flipped that to us, so yeah, let's sue for peace. We can take Lucca and Parma really easily as our subjects. And we could take probably Brescia as well. Take the area of Brescia easily. That's only a 65% war score cost, so maybe we do want Padua as a vassal as well. Take all of their subjects and Brescia, and that just really cuts them down, actually, doesn't it? And So 12 countries will have enough antagonism to join a coalition. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is plus 50. So 50 is the nasty. I don't want to push it past that and grab another vassal then, do I? Taking out Brescia could be quite nice. Got tons to do in terms of integrations. So what we can do is we can get them to give us war reps, and we can get them to give us money. Treaty too, so I don't have them. Liberate places. Oh, that becomes a little too much. Liberate that one. How does the money get split? Oh, we get 21 ducats split between all of it. I would say that's not bad. We get Parma and Lucca as vassals. Dua is 3 if we ever want to do anything there again. Why not? Annoyed that it doesn't show a breakdown of the money. Yes, this got really bad with how many subjects you're likely to get. We have these two now as subjects. And we will tax them. So we have increased our tax base by having subjects. They will pay us money for their mere existence. And Verona has handily been cut down to size. Whatever that's meant to mean. Does this tick up? Oh, their strength. Guess not. So we will drop our army maintenance. And our levies. We are close to being an international target. We have a truce with Verona and Padua. Is good. So 2 of them can't join it anyway. Some of them are a little more scary than the others. Oh. Drop our fort maintenance as well. Fly anymore, or our navy or army. And we want to continue integrating provinces and probably building roads. Gain relentless drill, monthly military experience gain. Yep, great. So we built bits and pieces here and there. We can build tailors guilds in Milano for some money too. Why not? And to go here. Build a road from Lodi to Milano for 89 ducats. Trent have entered a coalition against me. If I do it this way, because Milan's building something, then Lodi builds it. A road directly to Milano should cut back the proximity and make it go straight from, instead of Milano to Parva and Parva to Lodi, it should go from Milano to Lodi. should have quite a reduced effect. Let's increase the speed. I believe we can also manage our subjects. They have military stances. Okay, we can open diplomacy with them. Get court language, divert trade, enforce a culture, screw. So they don't have to join our wars, but we can take that extra money. Interesting. We can improve opinion as well. So our financial situation is looking much better. The amount of food we buy has reduced as well. We're going to have to sit still for a while because we do not want the coalition firing. Hopefully it won't anyway. Lawrence have ended their food access agreement, yeah. And Pavia here joined the coalition. So far we have Pavia in the coalition, right? Doesn't he show as an international organization? So we gained a core tile. See, do I want to give this to... Gains 100 Catholic Lombard burgers, gains 1 Tailor's Guild. Go for it, why not? Didn't you... Yeah, coalition against Milan. Members. So it's these three. So we could fight that at the moment, that's fine. Right, now we have the Senate. We're going to hold the Senate in Milan. We can bolster the government, which gives monthly tradition, census, but no one has any support for it, so that is a gamble. Big gamble. We can promote castle works, which gives us fort cost down, monthly progression towards defensive while the issue is being debated. No, it's while the issue is being debated. If it passes, we get fortification works, which gives us fort maintenance reduction. We can increase ties with neighbours, considering we absolutely just... yeah, you can ban the gravel road network. Gravel road building cost, building time reduction. More towards centralised if it passes, so that's not... We're going to give it a shot. It's a gamble, but we'll give it a shot. So, it has a 28% support and it needs a 50% support to pass. So we can give them autonomy support, which means we lose stability, society changes towards decentralised. I believe while this is... This gives us a +10 towards centralization when it finishes. And they want to make it a +2 towards decentralized. So we'll get a +8 for just asking for their support. That is not bad at all. That's not great. Because I think we're taxing them the most we can. This, we might have to do this and this to push it through. This isn't that problematic to take, so we will. A Republic of where? I don't care, but you wouldn't give me any support for that. Take the tax exemption, 5 years of 20% max reduction on the burgers is a lot. I mean, they don't give us much as is, but it is a long time. Happily, they're not supporting it anymore. Well, we can do. I'll push over. And that's done it. We can spend our support in the Senate as well. But, I don't think we want to do that. I think that was a good trade overall. Made a country hate us a little more. And sometimes you get events as well. We'll take the development. We can push the Senate a bit more. Decent chunk of money in now. So, Lodi has finished building its road. So it's now just Milan to Lodi, which is great. That has an increased effect on maximum control. Maximum control is still down because it's been conquered. Because it's... oh, we're not doing anything. God damn it. So we finished integrating. So let's start integrating here then. So this percentage here, we have integrated one of the tiles in it, I think. I think that's what it means. It's not just taking forever, it's trying to do the entire province, but it does it tile by tile by tile. What does a bridge do? Local proximity cost reduction. Movement cost reduction. And it can be built in cities, towns, or rural. The bridges might not be bad. It costs 38. We got more support in the Senate as well, so we know for a fact this is going to go through. Make our burgers like us more. I mean, I don't care about Genoa. We can become more innovative. Or we can become more traditionalist. I think we can take this. So our values are moving quite heavily towards what we want. We're doing pretty well on the innovation side of things. We're moving towards plutocracy. We're becoming very heavily spiritualist, it seems. What is happening? We gain influence, or we can gain stability. Well, the stability is going to go to waste because we're not putting enough money into it at the moment. So we'll take the influence. Also game again. Research, okay, that's good to know. That's a research thing, and how much that's... We can become more centralized again, and we get maintained waterways for increased prosperity per month locally in Milano. So yeah, I think we take that. We passed that, we became more centralized again. So our centralization has around pretty heavily. And we're still pushing it further back. We would like more crown power if we can, but hey, it's going to take a while. So, states are unhappy, our patricians are unhappy, even though we gave them quite a bit in the Senate, but we didn't have to, because I was curious about if it actually gave me power or not. It did not, so good to know. Gained monthly diplomats and a few other random messages. Too many relations. We are losing crown power from too many relations because we put our diplomatic stuff down and our diplomatic capacity has increased. So we do need to be spending. On diplomacy. Every time you click this button, it goes up a bit. So we don't have any crown power problems anymore. Good. So you have to remember, you may have to actually have diplomatic spending, which will cut into your vassal tax. So we have 2 vassals, and we are spending 157, so we're spending nearly the entire tax of Lucca, but we still get the tax of Parma for our troubles. You also have a certain amount of diplomats, and that's how many diplomatic actions you can take. So bear that in mind too. There was a tech that we saw a little while ago for increased diplomatic capacity. Yeah, here. So we will probably head towards this later as well, so that we can save ourselves some money. Go here to stability investment because that'll increase stability a little bit on its own. Not too bad. Head towards this, pick this up. Head towards this, then we'll pick this up, then we'll pick this up and pick this up. Just finish it off. And then some more institutions will start coming around. So, can no longer really be the target of a coalition. It's ticking down too far. Verona could join Pavia. Pavia's the only one that could join currently. Pavia, as I believe we discussed earlier, is already part of said coalition. The others will most likely leave. Ah, it has been an hour, so I will call it there for a bit, and we will continue this next time.